I have to really think about that because it's been a long time that I've been doing this. I didn't expect to ever be an artist. I had no interest in that. And my mother was an artist, but I was not interested, and so I never took art. But I did want to be an engineer. From 6th grade on, I was preparing to be an engineer. And scholastically, I had a scholarship to go to college for engineering, well, just academics. And I got to college and I took engineering and realized that that just wasn't it for me. And so I didn't know what to do. So I took my folder across campus that had my life in it and ended up at the College of Design and got a degree in interior design. But that, yeah, and I worked at that for a few years, and I did very well, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And so I explored, and I started my journey once I started having a family. I needed to find a way that I could make an income doing something I liked and still be able to be a new mom. For me, the most challenging part of being an artist would have to be, it's not inspiration. I tend to pull that very easily just out of my head. But it's more of being a presence physically and mentally in the community where people acknowledge what I do, recognize what I do, and the individual that I am. Color is my biggest inspiration. I love color. I love color so much. I think about color all the time and how to use it in a way that brings a joy to myself first, and then a joy that I can share. But color I just can't imagine a world without color. I am completely intertwined with my art because I think that I think about it all the time. I see it in spaces. I see it. I'm triggered by what I see and where I go. And I'm not a nature painter, but I am definitely, I'm not inspired to paint leaves and trees and grass and things, but I do love nature and being in it. So it is freeing and clearing and cleansing to be in the nature. And then I come back and do my thing, but art is always with me. I'm always thinking that way. I can wake from a dream or wake up just in the middle of the night and have an idea for a composition. It's really odd that way. My art is my identity, and it is a means of self-expression all the time. People can come in and see my work and know that's Emily Williams Wheeler's work. I was told early on when I first started painting, you need to create art that always looks the same, you know, that you always can identify. Every piece of art would be the same. I don't mean the same topic, the same subject or whatever, but it would be like the same palette or the same just watercolor or whatever. And I remember kind of almost flinching the first time I heard that, because I'm not a person who's gonna fall into the cookie cutter category. I do things my own way, and my most favorite thing of all about art is that I get to experiment. And I always believe I go to a studio, but it's more like I go to a lab where I can just experiment all the time, and I don't know what the outcome will be. I mean, I do know some things that will turn out, but I don't always. I have an idea when I go in. I know what I plan to do. But more often than not, what starts to happen on the canvas or in the sculpture is not where I started. And that evolution is the most fantastic journey. And as I've matured, I've learned to walk away. And that's probably my best advice to young artists. You need to stop and walk away and let something sink in and grow, and you need fresh eyes. So walk away. I'm not a spontaneous painter. However, there's a lot of intuitive work that I do. I just feel I get a medium and I start working with it. I go in with an idea, and quite often I'm a word person, so quite often I go in with a title already formed, and it's plays on words that I enjoy more than anything, which I think also brings a viewer in more. This title tells you, sometimes it tells you what it's about, and sometimes it piques your imagination, and you must, as the viewer, be challenged a little bit, figure out what I'm after. But I believe that artists must title their work. It is a completion, and without the title, it isn't complete, or you as an artist were not connected to it completely. It's a final mark, a wrap up, and like I said, a completion to the piece. I hope to be one of those artists who creates until I can't even move anymore. Art is an endeavor. It's a lifelong endeavor. It's something that you can't just stop. You don't just say, okay, I'm done now, and walk away. I hope to be doing it forever. I look forward to the evolution and where it takes me, and I have some art friends and some artists that I think they're near 90, and they inspire me so much. And the fact that they go to their studio every day and work on something, and that's amazing to me. That's a spark, that's a shine, that's an energy that is so inspirational. And maybe I can be that person to someone younger someday. Maybe I'm that person now, I don't know. But I hope to keep on going with this, and not worry about too much of what people think, but just keep going and just creating, and maybe make a difference in someone else's life.